Hi, and welcome back to A Stone's Throw Away, where we do intuitive stone reading. Today we'll be doing the November 30th through December 3rd, Monday through Thursday reading for Gemini. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. We're going to start off with an affirmation card from the You Can Heal Your Life deck from Louise L. Hayes. Oh, and if you need tarot cards, tarot's read, go hang out with Passion Water Tarot. Tell her Tasha sent you. Say hi to Mama Do for me. She does some wonderful readings over there. Anyway, back to the affirmations. This is my affirmation deck from Louise L. Hayes. It's the deck I always use. I need to get me some other decks. And there's your card. It decided to come on out for me. There is plenty for everyone, including me. The ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. My good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. There is plenty for everyone, including me. Alrighty. So remember, these are all general readings, which means if it doesn't jive for you, check your moon, check your rising sign, and if you've got a partner that you're really super close to, check their sun, moon, and rising, because sometimes the energies mesh and we can't tell the difference either. Alright? Because we're reading energies and sometimes they intertwine. And one of the beautiful things about YouTube is that we can now transcend time. So, which means I'm doing this in November. Maybe you found me through one of my videos from February. Maybe it was the February reading you needed to hear. Or maybe someone found this November reading in March or April. And maybe that's when they need to hear it. You know, you hear when the teacher is ready, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, now, when the querent is ready, the reading will appear. So, without further ado, here's my bat. This is relationships, and that's family, friends. That is, work, your partner, whatever's significant to you. This is you. That is what's going on in your head. It's whatever's closest to you, okay? It's how you're being perceived by others. It's the perception that you're trying to get others to see. It's what you're doing. It's what you're thinking. Your self-image. This is your challenges for the week ahead. Those are the things that aren't going quite as planned. Those are your stumbling blocks. Anything closer into the center of the circle are things that are more important. They're closer to the heart of the matter. They're closer physically. They're closer in time. They're more important. Anything out towards the edges of the circle are further out in time, in space. They're less important. They're coming or going. If it's outside the circle and above the midline, then it's something you know, but you're totally ignoring. It's trying to get your attention. I think outside the circle and below the midline is something you know, but you don't really know you know. It's one of those subconscious thoughts. You might have forgotten it. Maybe it's a hunch. Maybe it's something niggling in the back of your brain, you know? Like, I know this. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't quite reach it. So, I've already grabbed some stones. I don't know why. I never grab stones before I explain the mat. But I did this time, Gemini. Who knows? I haven't even looked at them. I've kept them in my closed hand. So, let's see what else we've got going on here. Do this with my eyes closed. I have small hands, so sometimes I have to make 2 passes. Because sometimes not every stone that wants to come to the party can fit in my little bitty hands. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the astrology for the week. There's only a couple things happening this week, astrologically speaking, but they're doozies. On the November 30th, we have a lunar eclipse in Gemini, and it's a full moon. Full moons usually bring fruition. The lunar eclipse in Gemini is bringing unexpected endings. It's also going to bring us the ability to recognize self-defeating patterns and reveal secrets. Now, revealing secrets is especially interesting because on the 1st, Mercury is going into Sagittarius, which will basically lose everyone their filters. So with everyone's secrets being revealed and everyone losing their filters, life should get really interesting really quick. Be sure to keep an eye on your filters and try to tone it down so you don't lose all your secrets. So, let's see what's going on with the stones. Alright. So, you've been prickly, Gemini. You have been prickly. And that you haven't been making it easy for your loved ones. You've been dwelling on old issues. You've got what's feeling to me is like you've been hidebound. You know, you're not, there's something you're digging your heels in about that you don't really need to be. And it's got something to do with money. You've decided to be contrary. And you're making it really hard. And you're being really prickly and hard to love right now, Gemini, honey. Okay? And that's what this is saying, all this. Over here in the challenges. Yeah. You're fighting with people you love in your home. There's arguments going on in the household. Children are not getting along. There's barriers in between people. There's some minor money issues. There's a creative block going on. But you know what the big problem is? I've said it like 15 times this week. Do you know what the big problem is? You have not done your shadow work. Okay. 'Tis the season. Really, it is. Everyone needs to do their shadow work or it's going to bite you in the butt. Okay, you need to deal with your grief, deal with your anger, deal with your fears, deal with your bitterness. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror, how the heck do you think anyone else needs to look at you? I'm sorry, Gemini, but that's the God's honest truth. You have got to be able to deal with yourself. You've got to. Because that's going to be your major problem this week. You need to go talk to someone. I'm sorry. I'm calling in the tough love. You've got to go talk to someone. Journaling's not going to cut it at this point. Go talk to someone. Not going to pussyfoot around it. You need to go talk to someone. Talk to your preacher. Talk to a therapist. Talk to a counselor. Talk to, if you some elder family members that you trust who can help, talk to them, talk to your partner, talk to someone. Okay? Over in relationships. All the stones over there that could be relationships, you've pushed away. You've pushed them out. You're ignoring them. They're over here. They're feeling spiky and they're feeling rocky and they've been telling you to calm down. You're not seeing things clearly in your relationships right now. There's someone who's very artistic who wants to help you or who needs your help. There's someone in your home. There is someone who is feeling like they're between a rock and a hard place, who's been telling you to calm down, and you're just pushing them away. That person's connected with money. They've been making money, and you're not seeing any of this clearly. The things you've been ignoring, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Have you been talking to Cappy lately? Because they are too. Okay. You've been ignoring your work. You've been ignoring your grief. You've been ignoring your own strength. And anyone who would protect you. And you've been ignoring, there's a transformation happening. Something is changing, and it's changing. It's a very strong change, I'm feeling. And you're working very hard to ignore it. Because it feels like it's very front and center. You know? And you're trying very, very hard to ignore it. I'm going to see if there's any other stones that want to come into this. But you need to do your shadow work. I mean, you have to. Everything else will fall into place once you've dealt with yourself. Okay? Yeah. See, this artsy person is telling you to go with the flow, to calm down. They're trying to get you to do that. They're trying to pull you in to a place where you can be calm and relaxed. I suspect the issues that you've been dealing with stem from your childhood. That's what I'm feeling there. And there's a female, a woman in your home. And she's kind of like the head be in charge type. She's very, she's a very
take dogs out.
Strong and yet still very feminine woman.
Here's your reminder.
Who is trying to help you see things clearly. Let her help. She's in or near your home. She's connected with your home. Let her help you see things clearly, Gemini. There are people trying to help you. But if you don't work through your problems, if you don't work through your shadow work, if you don't let them in, how can they help you? You've got to let them in. You've got to work through your stuff. You have to. I'm going to clear these away. We're going to pull some cards, see if we can bring some clarity to the matter, see if we can find where you need to focus, and see if we can find a possible outcome. And remember, when dealing with divination, it's all possible outcomes. If you don't like the outcome of something, change your ways. Don't just ask for another reading, because if you haven't changed anything before asking for another reading, it's not going to change anything. And you're just going to frustrate and annoy your reader. So, I'm using the Connolly deck, which, for my money, is one of the prettiest decks around. Very bright, cheerful deck. Hopefully it has some more cheerful news for us. 8 of Wands, the Hermit reversed, and the 6 of Wands reversed. You're feeling like all your thoughts have turned upside down. Everything that was up in the air has just turned topsy-turvy. It's all a jumble. You don't know what to do with it. Where to focus. The Hermit brings us knowledge. The Hermit brings us knowledge of the world through introspection. And reversed reversed, the Hermit, and this one. It's knowing ourselves. You're letting ego stand between you and knowing yourself. Don't let that ego stand between you and knowing yourself. That's what you need to focus on. Let go of that ego, Gemini. Let go of it. Okay? And if you keep going where you're going, then the Six of Wands reverse says you're just not going to be able to get things together. It's just nothing's going to gel. You know? You know? So, if this helped any, you know, please go talk to someone, Gemini. If this helps someone, please hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe. Remember, I also do personal readings. Those are a little more in depth. All the information is down below. Give me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment. YouTubers thrive on comments, I promise. And I'll see y'all later for the weekend readings, and I may have a few surprises along the way, but if you don't subscribe, you'll never know. And have fun, be safe, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, don't get caught. Have fun, y'all.